I am MSK, aka Master Swag King, coming at you guys today with another video. And if you guys are returning viewers or new viewers, then please consider subscribing to the channel if you have not already. Leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it and comment down below. Also, make sure you guys hit the notification bell. That way you guys can get notified on whenever I upload a brand new video. And in today's video, we are going to be talking about Batman Hush 2, which will begin with Batman issue 158, and that book will be coming out at the end of March of 2025. Chip Zdarsky's time on the Batman comic book at DC Comics is over, and they are going to be replacing him with Jim Lee and Jeph Loeb, at least from Batman issue 158 to Batman issue 163. So, for those of you guys who don't remember this, Batman Hush was a very, very big thing for the ongoing Batman series. You know, some years ago, they ended up doing a sequel series called Batman Heart of Hush, but that was not written by Jeph Loeb. That was actually written by Paul Dini, as you guys know him from the Batman Arkham series, Batman the Animated Series. He has his own Batman Omnibus, obviously, you know, filled with a bunch of stories that he wrote. And even in the Batman Hush Saga Omnibus, they didn't even put in the Heart of Hush sequel in that. So, you know, maybe Jim Lee didn't like that Paul Dini was actually, you know, writing on a sequel story to Batman Hush. And we will be reviewing the Batman Hush and Heart of Hush trade paperbacks before we start going over the new Hush arc. So this book is actually very highly anticipated from a lot of the comic book community, but I did end up talking to a comic book shop owner very recently, and his name was Dennis Barger, actually. So he even told me what I was already suspecting, and a lot of you guys are going to know this too. The comic book industry tends to kind of like say shit, but there's no actual way of proving if it's true. So me and Laugh talked about this, and I think me and Warren talked about this too. Remember, like earlier last year when Absolute Batman was announced by DC Comics just on their Twitter page? We sold the best book of 2024. But then you realize, wait a minute, in 2024, Absolute Spider-Man #1 came out, and that had way more hype behind it than Absolute Batman. Like, Absolute Batman, as good as it is, and I like it, had nowhere near the level of hype that Absolute Spider-Man, like Ultimate Spider-Man.
Yeah, Ultimate Spider-Man. I think, like, we saw it sell. You know, the issues were selling; they were number one a lot. Yeah. But I think when Marvel announced the new Ultimate Universe, people were like, "It's actually happening." You know what I'm saying? True. And because we didn't know hype behind DC, they've said it for how long? They've been saying this for not absolute, but they wanted to do an ultimate type universe. Yeah. How many times?
Like by the time we figured out that DC was going to do that,
we get that. Yeah, we get Earth Ones. You know, like so.
Earth One.
Hey, the Batman Earth Ones I like. I'm sorry, I thought John did an awesome job on those. But yeah, it's like, is it going to actually happen? Until I saw like, you know, concept art and like stuff, I didn't know. Like I knew that, you know, and then teams were announced and stuff. I was like, okay, this is actually happening. But by that point,
just rumors at the first,
by that point, they already had like 5 issues of Ultimate Spider-Man out.
Yeah, and remember when they announced Ultimate Spider-Man being written by Jonathan Hickman and art by Marco
people were going nuts.
People were nuts. It was genuine, really big hype there. Like the first printing of that book, I managed to snag a couple of variant covers of the black suit one by accident because I accidentally added 2 to my cart on eBay when I was buying my books there still before I bought
that's a good
books on mycomichup.com. Like, damn, Ultimate Spider-Man sold out so fast, and Marvel had to announce, hey, no, we got some more printings coming. I think it's on its 11th printing right now for an issue 1. That's fucking insane.
Remember when I went to go get issue 14? The end of the Craven arc. I remember whenever I was so pissed when I came on the show because I went there. The comic book shop opens at 10. I went there at 11:30, and he was like, "Dude, I'm out. I didn't hold yours." I was like, "Son of a what? It's like 11:30." That shit sells, dude.
Yeah. So to tackle on to your point, basing it off of, you know, variant covers and books selling, what's going to be the real problem here with this is like, there's no way to know if these numbers are real because, guys, they stop reporting on the numbers. Now, if the numbers were very, very good, they brag about them. I agree with that. But they haven't been posting comic book numbers. We have to kind of find out what books sell well on, like, ICV2, and that only really tracks, like, what, 200 stores, maybe 300 stores, actually, right?
Absolute Batman did the best comic of 2025, but it's like there's an asterisk. It's the best Western comic superhero done by the big two, because the top 10 selling graphic novels of 2025 are all Dogman, Catman books.
Yes.
For Scholastics. They're doing good numbers, but they're still doing pitiful numbers in the scope of what comics have done. And also, even though the whole business is ailing right now, it's still trying to bottom out. And comics, they're doing good, but they're not really doing as good.
And there's another asterisk to that too. To tackle onto your point, we know, because it's Batman number 158 with Jim Lee and Jeph Loeb, variant covers. There's going to be so many variant covers for this coming up.
Oh, we looked at it. Wasn't there like 12?
We're going to go over it right now. Yeah, because
there was something like 12 or 13. It was ridiculous.
And all the shops, like your guys' shops,
I will own all of them.
You're gonna have the 1 in 25, 1 in 75, 1 in 50, 1 in 1,000. They're making a lot of variant covers for this, and that's the thing, is like they're even going to be printing a giant size book for it. We know that a lot of people are just going to be buying this just because there's all these good variant covers that they want to chase. Now, if the word of mouth is,
but it's also it's also Jim Lee. You have a legendary artist coming out, and we already know that it's basically done. Because think of how long ago they announced it. They had to announce a Jim Lee thing like 10 months in advance.
They said they got him 7 issues in because they know he has tendencies to kind of, if he doesn't feel like he cares for it anymore, he just kind of doesn't care. So that means they got all the way to issue 162 before they ever announced it. They're like, okay, we'll work on the finale. He's already got 7 issues in, and we'll have enough time for that, which is good because Jim Lee has some lazy tendencies. Yeah.
So I mean, that's
I hope this sells well for the stores. I hope this sells well for all the stores out there. I mean, I want it to be good. I like the Batman Hush story. It's not my favorite. It's one of my favorites. It's like it's one of those things where it's like it's one of my favorites, but if you rank it against other really good ones, there's better ones. Obviously, it's kind of the way I look at it.
That's it. If you like it, you like it. Who gives a shit? It could be your favorites. Who cares?
I also love you, but do you love me? And let's get together and kill Barney. No.
What's who?
I had him there. I had him in that first half, not gonna lie.
Why are we killing him? Why are we killing somebody?
Oh God. All right. So
God damn
I'll just point it out here. The reason why I typically don't use this website is because Bleeding Cool, Rich Johnson's a weirdo, but he is right sometimes on getting like information out on what new books come out. I don't use this website anymore because there's so many fucking ads that run this website, like Screen Rant and CBR and all the other ones. They run way less ads in the background. That's why you guys don't see me use it anymore. But if I need to use it because he's the only person that has the story, then we'll use it. So that's the only reason why. So let's get into it. So Jim Lee and Jeph Loeb gets 400,000 orders for Hush 2 and Batman issue 158.
That's fantastic.
That's very good for the stores, honestly.
That's really good comparatively.
Damn. I thought it was going to peak at like 250K. 400 is actually disgusting. You guys are really hyped for this.
What, Three Jokers had like 300,000 pre-orders?
Or
something like that. And that was like, hyped up for what, 5-6 years, something like that.
Lord.
So
only for them to turn it into a DC Black Label book that they weren't obviously trying to make a main canon storyline.
No, they weren't. I'm telling you, dude. I'm telling you. I'm pretty positive John said something else completely. He was going to write something else. And then they were like, no, you're done. And he was like, oh, I'm done. Am I? Fuck you. Look what he's doing now.
Yep. Jim Lee and Jeph Loeb get 400,000 orders for the first chapter of Hush 2 to be published in Batman issue 158 from DC Comics. Also, Rich Johnson, you have a typo there. That's 44. It's okay. It's fine. We all do it. Just want to point it out there. Jim Lee and Jeph Loeb, Batman issue number 158 receives over 400,000 orders. Hush 2, the sequel to Batman Hush, releases on March 26, 2025. Technically, it's Hush 3. Comic stores can access exclusive Batman 158 variants. Look at that. All those variants we're going to have. Good Lord. DC offers a giant-size special edition for Batman issue 158. DC Comics posted to Blue Sky. Oh, my God. Stop making that a thing. No one gives a fuck about Blue Sky, but whatever. Nevertheless, DC Comics posted to Blue Sky to announce that they have had over 400,000 orders from comic book stores for Batman issue 158, the first issue of the much-anticipated sequel to Batman Hush from Batman issue 608, published over 20 years ago with Hush 2. They bleeded. Good Lord. Fucking shit, man. Congratulations to Jeph Loeb and Jim Lee and basically all the team and our amazing variant cover artists for more than 400,000 copies ordered of Batman issue 158, chapter 1 of Hush 2. Before adding, DC thanks comic retailers for the tremendous response, and fans can pick up this hotly anticipated issue starting on March 26th. Also, I want to just make sure I clarify this for people who don't understand how this works. These are what stores are buying. This is not actual people walking in there and buying each copy individually, but I do think that'll be the case with this when it comes to this, at least this first one. But the stores are really thinking this is going to be a big hit, which is awesome, actually.
Well, I'll be honest. How much of that orders for pull boxes? You know, which is essentially a comic shop ordering for just for a person. I mean, that could be a lot of pull lists right there. Is that bad?
I would say 70% probably.
Yeah,
probably. Yeah, because most people
still think like overhead of what, like 30 to 40 issues walk in.
Yeah.
Also to count the fact that if you have the Batman ongoing book on your pull list, you were going to get this anyway. It's going to be added regardless, you know? And we know Last Comic Fan loves his Chip Zdarsky Batman run. Just joking. So this cover is just, I love me some Jim Lee. I do. He's one of my favorite artists. But Jim, you so hard phoned it in on this one. This is not good looking, but congratulations for your 400,000 copies order. Jesus Christ.
Well, he's doing interiors, so he's tired.
He's old, yeah. He's so rich and old from all the work that he did at DC.
Chip Zdarsky's Batman. Look at me. I was from the 50s.
Oh, God. Oh, shit.
Oh, God.
Oh, God, man. They have gone all in on this, pun intended, right? Because it's DC all in. Oh, fuck off with those puns. With ratio variants, to encourage comic book stores to order more and more copies, 1 in 25, 1 in 50, 1 in 100, 1 in 250, 2 signed, 1 in 608 variants, and at the top of the range, a 1 in 1,000 variant for comic stores who order 1,000 copies of Batman issue 158, signed by both Jim Lee and Jeph Loeb. So I'll probably end up getting the main cover because I just usually typically get the main covers, or at least maybe one of the B or C's typically. I like variant covers. I just don't really always get them. But there's the Dan Morrow ones. These look good, minus the main cover. Fuck that one. But these all look really good. It's awesome.
I really like pencil color covers because as an artist, as an artist, I get to see the process. And with the pencil drawings, you get to see a lot of the Jim Lee's process before the inker comes in and puts their own flair on it. And I love those.
DC Comics is letting comic book stores sell Batman issue 158, the first chapter of Batman Hush 2, early from 6:08 p.m. local time on the 25th of March, the day before it is due to go on sale. Additionally, retailers who order at least one 25-count bundle of Batman issue 159 ash cans qualify to order the Batman issue 158 launch party glow-in-the-dark variant cover. This glow-in-the-dark variant cover appears to be a version of the Batman symbol, but reveals a swarm of glowing bats in the dark. Qualifying retailers can order the Batman issue 158 launch party glow-in-the-dark variant cover as an open to order variant. Good Lord, they're going all out with this. This is big for them, actually. Thank you for the ad. Bleeding cool. Thank you.
So,
but that's the 1 in 1,000. Of course, that would be the 1 in 1,000.
Here it is, dude. Man. Here it is. The original Batman of Zur-En-Arrh. Okay, that's it right there on this page from the 50s, and this was Batman, when he this is what was going on during this time, that, you know, they needed to bring it back because it was so impactful. So he's basically Superman in a dream, right? And then he goes to this planet X, and they have the Batman of Zur-En-Arr. And then
I'm just saying that sounds all uninteresting. All that sounds boring as fuck.
Then
shit.
Then he fights
Godzilla,
the creature from the Green Lagoon in Detective Comics. So, dude, I have read all of this stuff.
You're insane. You're just insane. You're actually mentally deranged.
And that's why, like, when I said, whenever I saw that in Zdarsky's run, because they had done it in Morrison's run, right? But it made sense. Like, his psyche was breaking. The dude, you know, was being trapped. But like, it was so funny because when you relate it back to what it was as to what they ended up using it for, you're like, God damn it, dude. Just because you know something existed doesn't mean it's a great idea to use.
Yeah, we don't have to bring that back out.
Jesus Christ, Chip Zdarsky. Holy fuck. That's why he's not on the Batman book anymore. But additionally, DC Comics is to publish a giant-sized version of Batman issue number 158 by Jeph Loeb, Jim Lee, Scott Williams, and Alex Sinclair. At art board size, Batman issue 158 giant size special edition is a special widescreen edition of the issue measuring at 11 by 17 at the size that it was created. Batman issue 158 giant size special edition arrives with a standard cover price at $14.99 and a foil edition for $19.99. So you get all the detailed explanation of, you know, what's going to happen. Batman issue 158 giant size special edition cover by Jim Lee. It's the biggest sequel in comic book history, and DC looks to make it even bigger with the giant size version of Batman issue 158. The first chapter of Batman Hush 2 by Jeph Loeb, Jim Lee, Scott Williams, and Alex Sinclair. This unique version of Batman issue 158 presents the amazing artwork of Lee, Williams, and Sinclair at art board size. Batman issue 158 giant size special edition, the special widescreen edition of the pivotal issue measuring at 11 by 17 and allowing readers to pore all over the stunning details of the breathtaking art at the size it was created.
That's
Retail
pretty cool.
Price $15. Sounds awesome.
I'm probably gonna pick that.
Fuck
one.
yeah.
No, that's what I was about to say. I'm getting that one.
I'm not gonna lie.
We can talk about that one.
I'm not gonna lie. That sounds fucking awesome as fuck.
It sounds
Just imagine if you turn your lights off and it just glows in the dark. I'm like, I'm Batman.
I just want it at the panels that they draw it at. That's incredible.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's really cool.
Hell yeah. All right.
With all the difference, like with all the variants and everything that's going to be sold, it's going to exceed what their pre-orders are, because it's going to sell way more. And that's like we said, not everything can be that, right? But it goes to show you, if you make something that people want to see, people are going to buy it. Now, I understand monthly story, it can't be that all the time. I get it. You have to have your monster of the week or monster of the month stories. But every so often, and if you kept the stories based on what is going inside the DC or Marvel universe, and that culminates into a event, instead of having this Venom event, this Carnage event, this event, if it all culminated into a large scale event, you could actually restart things easier by still keeping the same numbering, but having it pay off overall. And instead of having these giant events that are only 6 issues, you could make them 12, and you could have, like, you know, like how it was back in the 80s with Crisis on Infinite Earths. That was 12 issues. You know what I mean? And that there was a lot of characters that got paid off in that. And a lot of the books leading up to that, you know, you had Crisis on 2 Earths, you had stuff like that. A lot of that stuff was building up to that massive book. Everything was like Green Lantern books were, the Flash was, all that stuff. And it could be easily done. It's just, do they have that person at the top that is going to have that vision? I don't know. Because Jim Lee, it doesn't seem like he does.
But they knew that he wasn't going to be a long-term solution. But they also knew Chip Zdarsky wasn't a long-term
No.
solution
I'm talking
either.
about like the president like being the president, where Jeph Johns had the vision of rebirth. He had that whole vision. Like this is we're going A, B, and C.
Are saying he had an idea to build a team? God, man. But here are some of the other covers right here. You have this one apparently is the 1 in 1,000. So
that's pretty sick.
The Dan Mora one looks so good.
Dan Mora is just he's freaking amazing.
Oh god.
The only thing that it's missing is we need an Alex Ross cover.
Retail exclusives. Look at all that. Man, they really went out for this. Holy fucking shit, dude. Okay.
Could you imagine like another like Alex Ross cover where he was like, you know what? I did Nightmare Tales, which I thought was freaking phenomenal. And he was just like, I feel like doing Batman. I'd be like, okay.
Yep.
It's my money.
Here you go. Here's your monies. Take it all. Take my monies. There it is. Take it. You can have it.
Yep. So speaking of that money, I'll take it from you because you're my dad at this point. But nevertheless, as you guys know, the Batman title, at least the main one, which was with Tom King, and then it went to James Tynion the Fourth, and then it went to Chip Zdarsky, and now it's going to go to the fucking man leading the comic books, which that's crazy. I would never think that the Batman title would get so bad. I'm saying I read everything, but I'm just hypothetically speaking from this point of view, where the Batman title got so bad that the person that runs it goes, you know what? I'll do it myself. It must have been bad, guys. Like, Chip Zdarsky got fired by his boss, the guy that runs the company. Now, to be fair, that's how jobs work. But the guy that's literally who should be retired at this point has to come on the main Batman book to kind of save it. And he can't really save it.
It is one problem.
Rebooting it anyway.
One problem DC has, and Marvel has this too, but DC has it worse because I think they're more desperate, is they don't allow people to cook for a good 100-issue run. They're really quick to cut people off sometimes, and sometimes they should be a little quicker, but there's most of the time it's like you got to really be a little bit more organized and quit. You can't be constantly jumping all over the place with these characters, trying to find something that pops. And then, because like Jim Lee and this Hush 2, well, what happens when he's done? How many readers are retained?
Oh, no, they're rebooting it. They're relaunching.
Yeah, they are rebooting with Matt Fraction, and Jimenez is staying on as the artist.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
But that goes to show you, like, you're taking a guy who had technically one acclaimed run and a lot of not good stuff, you know, like in Matt Fraction, and you're giving him a major character. Does this guy have a plan? Is it going to be a good plan?
Yeah.
Because I mean, that's like saying like we're hiring lapsed comic fan to write Batman, and I'm gonna be like, fuck.
Because like they knew that Jim Lee wasn't going to be a mainstay. I told you that they're announcing this is going to be a temporary solution. I knew it was going to be temporary. I like the guy, but he's lazy. Like he's very lazy-ish tendencies. So they had to go get a person that was going to be a more of a long-term writer and a long-term artist. And Jorge Jimenez's art is great. Like I like Dan Mora a lot, but Jorge Jimenez is no slouch. He's very, very good.
No, he's great. He's awesome.
Yeah.
That was the only don't get me wrong. There were some things in the Zdarsky run that was like cool ideas, but they were just executed in a way that I didn't care for.
Yeah.
But the art when Jimenez was drawn, dude, it was awesome. Yeah. Fantastic.
So, we'll wrap it up with our closing thoughts. Warren, what are you thinking about DC Comics getting the huge orders for Hush 2? And are you going to be reading Hush 2 with us?
I am going to read it because it's Jim Lee. I'll buy Jim Lee, no problem, all the time. I'll probably buy the floppies and the graphic novel once they come out with that.
Yep.
This is kind of like when Stone Cold Steve Austin shows up to WrestleMania. He comes in, boosts up the sales, gets everyone excited. Jim Lee's doing the same thing.
Yeah.
I don't blame him about not only doing like 7 issues, because doing interiors is one of the hardest. It is the hardest job in all of the comic book making process. And it is hard to do at mainstream schedules, and it's hard to do for long terms. Like Ryan Otley, who did Invincible, has said multiple times that he will never be able to do something like that again. That big of a run. So I don't blame him for that. I just think it's cool, and I'm going to buy it just because it's Jim Lee. The same thing with Hush. I mean, the writing was all right, the story was okay, but it's Jim Lee. So even if it's crap, like I'll get All-Star Batman. Just get rid of all the dialogue and just let me see the art.
There you go. I'm the goddamn Batman.
He scribbles his own dialogue there. Hey, I'm Batman. It's every panel.
If they made a graphic novel that had no words, I would buy it in a heartbeat because I just want
MSK, have you ever read All-Star Batman and Robin?
I have it over there. I've never read it, but I do have
it. We all three of us need to do that.
Please.
No,
you might actually make me just lose my brain.
And I'm gonna go find all the stuff, all the notes that Frank Miller was sending to him. You got it. The context, it will make you laugh.
The context. So hard. I love
it
context.
Will make you laugh so hard, dude.
Oh god,
so hard.
Oh man.
All right, Laps, your closing thoughts on this? Actually,
yeah, I'm gonna. Of course, yes, I will be reading this. I will probably be buying
addictions, sir. Your bank account is not hurting, but you're insane.
I know. I know, dude. I have issues.
Fucking hell, man. It's okay. But as you guys know, for me, of course, we're gonna read this. We're gonna be doing comic book reviews on the trade paperbacks for the first Hush story and the second one, and then we're gonna be going into Batman issue 158. So if you get our review a little bit later, don't worry, we're not. We didn't forget about it. We'll get there. And keep in mind, these books are coming out monthly anyway, so we have plenty of time. Just you gotta let me, the Big Daddy Top G Riz Master, cook. And once you let me cook, you are gonna be eating good. But yeah, but let's be honest here. Let's face the facts. We know this was a temporary solution because they're relaunching the ongoing main Batman book anyway with Jorge Jimenez and Matt Fraction. So yeah, I'm hyped for it. Let's see how it's gonna go. So. Thank you guys for checking out this video. If you guys are returning viewers or new viewers, then please consider subscribing to the channel. If you have not already, leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it and comment down below. Also, make sure you guys hit the notification bell. That way you guys can get notified on whenever I upload a brand new video. I'm MSK, aka Master Swag King, and we're going to sign out, guys. See you guys later.